Temperature's a little cool, not too bad. We are looking at all that going downhill though, because we have a system to talk about. We were talking about it last night. As you can see, to looking here, we're looking at not nearly as cold as it was last night. As you can see, temperatures are evidently pretty chilly, and evidently we have some microphone problems. So we're going to have another microphone to see how this works out. Can you hear me now? And do the commercial, right? Snow all day tomorrow with light accumulations, and looking at still at a warm-up on tap for Sunday. I'll have to check out the battery and see what's going on. Okay, let's take a look at our numbers and show you what's going on across the interior. Our temperature 18 degrees. The high today was 18. The overnight low last night 20 degrees below zero. Record high 50 in 1981, 44 below in 1930. Their sunrise and sunset working out to about 12 hours and 7 minutes of daylight. That's a gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. And our satellite and radar, as you can see, a little more energy moving across. This is all coming in from the southeast across Juneau and Ketchikan. And the system we were looking at last night looked a little more impressive last night, but it's starting to work in across the interior. And some of this moisture should work its way in toward the Fairbanks area later on tonight. By tomorrow morning, we should be looking at a little bit of light snow. So we'll keep an eye on that. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, as you can see, it is raining around the Ketchikan area. Juneau looking at showers in 42 degrees. And the snow has moved in around the Anchorage Bowl, where their high today was 34 degrees. Kodiak, some light shower activity. Elsewhere across the state, over the Aleutian chain, Cold Bay 37 degrees and cloudy skies. Up and down the west coast, we're looking at temperatures around 14 degrees at Bethel, 13 at Nome. Barrow at 9 degrees below zero, and Fort Yukon sunshine and 7 degrees above. Lower 48 weather, well, the west coast starting to get a little more energy now, moving across the Pacific Northwest, bringing some showers there. A lot of stuff happening across the Central Plains. A new storm is developing there. Got to keep an eye on that. But the big news today was all the rain once again flowing across the deep south. A lot of energy moving across from Texas into the Gulf Coast states there, bringing with it quite a bit of widespread rain and some flooding conditions there. Now, what's happening as far as tonight, well, you can see severe storms are expected all across the Gulf Coast region there from Alabama right on back south and southwestward to the southern Texas area. And the overall situation for the Northeast Monday is going to be interesting because they're looking at a winter storm moving in with the dark areas 6 to 12 inches of snow and 3 to 6 inches in the lighter colored areas too. So quite a bit of weather to talk about. And speaking of weather, we'll talk about our weather fact for tonight. In 1971, Hays, Kansas, there was a powerful storm system moving across the Rockies that generated winds gusting to 115 miles an hour. As you can imagine, there was quite a bit of widespread damage occurring with that system. And as always, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. And speaking of the kids, they'll be back with us next week from the Northern Lights Academy. Okay, here's your forecast. Looking in the northern sections, partly cloudy skies in Barrow, sunny again for Nome, and heavy snow developing at the Fort Yukon area, and that could possibly be anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow there, so quite a bit there to talk about. Over the interior, periods of light snow through the region, but heavier in the Denali Park area near Healy and southward. And some of that snow could be really mounting up, so we've got to keep an eye on that if you're driving down that direction. Over southeast Alaska, mostly cloudy skies at Juneau, scattered showers for Ketchikan, while over to the southwest part of the state, looking at cloudy skies at Cold Bay, mostly sunny skies in Bethel, and rain likely for Kodiak Island. And over the interior, or let's just say the south central sections, 2 to 4 inches of snow is expected for the Anchorage Bowl by tomorrow at noon. Cloudy skies at Homer, another 4 inches is possible in the Valdez area. And it's a Friday night, time for our Winter Trails Report, and this will be our last Winter Trails Report for the winter this year. Saturday will not be that great with low visibilities and light snow. Sunday's looking great with lots of sunshine and much warmer, but some melting might take place Sunday. And of all things, we always have to thank Beaver Sports for helping us out with our Winter Trails Report all winter long. They've always been a great sponsor, and we appreciate them coming along again this winter. Okay, here's your forecast. Looking at tonight's forecast, increasing clouds with some snow possible by morning, 5 degrees below zero for the overnight low, not nearly as cold as it was last night. Tomorrow's forecast, cloudy skies, periods of light snow, maybe a couple inches possible, 16 degrees. And as far as our 5-day outlook, Again, temperatures really mild, looking at 35 to 36 degrees, and that will be the temperature. And also, we're looking at temperatures to continue very mild across the 5-day period there. Overnight lows will once again be right around 10 degrees with daytime highs, like I said, in the mid-30s, and that'll be dropping down to around 30 degrees by Thursday. Okay, taking a look at our photograph for tonight. Oh, first, real quickly, a winter storm warning is in effect for Healy. Heavy snow will develop by morning with, like I said, 6 to 10 inches of snow Sunday morning, mainly south of the park down to Talkeetna, so keep that in mind. Now our photograph for tonight, and this is a nice one, sent in by Nancy Hummel, Johnson River Overflow. And you can see the water overflowing the ice there. And as always, if you have a photograph to send it to photos@ktbf11.com. Well, that was interesting.
Well, yeah, but you know, you're a pro at that. You remember when you didn't have a cordless mic all those years? You had to actually choreograph every move to make sure you didn't step over the cord or that. And so, old times.
You just got to keep going on.
It's live TV. What do you do?
That's right.
And people need the information, so that's good.
Somebody didn't replace the battery.
Yeah, got to get a mirror out and show you. Very good. All right, Mike. Well, it sounds like it's going to be an interesting weekend weather-wise for us. So.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, but no temperatures in the 40s by Sunday.
Mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Which is still pretty nice for this time of year. Yeah,
okay, very
definitely.
Good. All right, thank you, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, a suspect from the deadly Paris attacks was captured today in a Belgium terror raid. That's up next with Lester Holt.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow evening for the Interior's Only weekend newscast with Mike Schultz. And of course, Joe Cook will have your sports.
That will do it from all of us here at the News Center and Joe Cook out there at the Jeff Studdard Racetrack. We'll have a good evening, everyone, and a great weekend. We'll see you back here again, hopefully later on this evening.
Bye.